Hi, my name is Vamshi and welcome to my channel. So in this video, we'll look into a very interesting API called as RoboHash. With the help of RoboHash, we can create our own unique random robotic avatars. So let's get started. First thing, I'll open up my terminal. Then I want to go to my directory where I want to host the project in. So I'll go to practice. I'll create a new directory. Then I'm going to open it with Visual Studio Code. So in this video, we'll also use Vue.js to get the reactivity. So first, let's create an index.html file. We have the default template. And then let's also create an app.js script file. We have our app.js. Then let's import Vue.js with the help of Vue CDN. So we can get the Vue CDN in the vuejs.org website. I can copy the link and go back and paste it in the header tag and save it. And that's it, we have Vue.js installed. So if you're using Visual Studio Code, you might want to install a certain extension called as Live Server. This is by Ritvik Day. So it kind of like helps you to run a local server. So I can right click and say open with Live Server. So if I click it, the Live Server opens up. Now what I can do is I can go into my app.js and I can create a new Vue instance. So now I need to link the Vue instance to a particular div. So I'll say RoboHash. So I'll create a div with a class of RoboHash and I'm going to link it with Vue. So for linking, we need to say element and .robohash. So I'm just using Vue for the reactivity purposes, but if you're interested in learning Vue.js, the link for the fundamentals course on Vue.js is in the description below. You can check it out. So inside the RoboHash, what I want to do is I want to have an image. I want to have an input field. And let's also see if Vue integration is successful. So we can say name and we can go back, and inside this we can have a data property. So once again, all of these properties are covered in the Vue.js introduction course. You can check it out. The link is in the description. I can say return name and I can say my name and save. And if I go back, I'm getting my name. That's amazing. So Vue is successfully integrated onto our website. Let's zoom it a little bit. All right. So now what we want to do is we want to create a unique robotic avatar, right? So for that, we are going to use RoboHash. So let's go to robohash.org and that is our API link. So what we can do is, so let's create two more data properties. One would be URL. And for the URL, we could say robohash.org. Let's also give an avatar data property, which will be empty for now. Let's also create a set property. This we'll discuss later. So let's create a computed property again. And inside this computed property, let's have a property that says return robo avatar. And this robo avatar returns a string or returns a URL in specific, this dot URL plus this dot avatar. So if you don't know, this RoboHash API creates a unique custom avatar based on the text you give it. And what's amazing about this API is that it creates it based on your IP address. So if you enter the same name in a different IP address, you will get a different avatar. So this dot avatar, and I guess this should be enough for now. I can say save and I can use this return robot avatar as my image source. I can make my image source dynamic by adding a colon. It's a Vue property, and I can paste the return robo avatar computed property as a source. So now what we can do is let's also try to style it up a little bit. All right, so the image size will be a little bit bigger, and let's also give the input field a little bit padding. All right, if I go back, we need to enter a name. I'll say Vamshi, and I should have a robo avatar generated for me, but it is not. So the reason why we are not getting a robo avatar is we haven't yet binded the data property to the input field. So we can do that by using vmodel. And we are going to bind it to avatar. And if I save and go back and say Vamshi, I'm getting my avatar. So I can zoom out a little bit. And this avatar is going to be reactive. So what happens is, as I'm typing through the input field, it's going to create a new avatar on every single keystroke. So let me zoom it a little bit. And if I say V, this is my avatar for V. And if I say A, it's going to change. And as I'm typing, you'll constantly get new avatars. Great, right? So one more amazing thing about this API is that it has different sets of avatars. So for example, it has set 1, set 2, set 3 and set 4, right? So we can have a new input field and I can say enter set number, and I can bind a value, say V model, to set number, or what we defined. We defined a set, right? So we can take the data property set and we can bind it to the input fields. So now what I want to do is we want to pass the set variable onto the URL. So I can say set equal to set plus this dot set. All right, if I save and go back, so now we can enter our name and also the set number. I can say Vamshi Krishna, my name is this, and I can enter the set number as 2 and it changes the avatar. So we have more sets such as 3 and 4. So 4 is kittens and 1 is the set we are going to get now. 2 is this kind of alien stuff. So 3 is the much more Jetsons kind of style and 4 is the cats. All right. So that's it. So that was a simple tutorial on how to create your own robotic avatars using a super simple and very interesting API called as RoboHash. And we've also added Vue.js onto this to create this reactivity system. We don't have to manually refresh every single time we add a value, yet it automatically does it itself. So if you want to learn more about Vue.js, the link for the fundamentals course is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. For more interesting tutorials, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.